Hello everyone. I've been away for a while and I told you in my last video, I think, or the second last video, that I was going to be undergoing surgery, and I did, and everything went well. And yeah, so while I was recovering, actually, I think it was the second or third day, but I did this in bed. I did the challenge that Kylie has. I'm going to put the link down below to this particular video, and then I'm going to tell you about what she is also doing. She's recycling trash it or toss it, I think it's called. But like I said, I will put the link below. And I just wanted to get something so I could show you exactly what, when I saw this video. I'm hoping you guys can hear me because I'm walking around the room. When I saw this video, I thought of this right away. Now, I was given, I think, 2 or 3 albums of samples for wedding cards. So, and I told Kylie that I had these samples, and like I got a little basket here full of them, and I had took them all out of the binders because I couldn't keep all these binders in the house, and I still have a couple to get rid of as well too, but not the cards. And I was asked the other day if I wanted more, but I refused because I already have enough. I even did the album and I still have so much left over. So these are like what was in there. And so every page had a card, the envelope, the little card for who was invited to the reception, and these are like, this is the paper that was underneath it. So these are all the envelopes that I have, and I kept those all in one bag. And you see, there's even the little ones here that you can do as a little invitation, because here they invite people as well. Before the wedding, a couple of weeks before the wedding, they invite them to their home, and they show all the gifts that they've gotten, they've received. They put them in display, and the, you know, the family comes over to see, you know, the bride and groom's new home. And yeah, so those were the envelopes, and then these are square cards. And I used the rectangle ones because I didn't feel like sitting there and, you know, cutting them up. I had preferred them to be all one size. So these are the square ones, and I used my rectangle ones. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that really quick. And I even have, like, I have so much of this stuff to use up. And then there's beautiful cards like this as well too that you can use for other things as well. And there's even the little ones here that I can do a little mini album out of. But yeah, this is a great idea to, you know, get rid of all this stuff. And like I said, I still have a little basket here full of this stuff. And you know, there's different cards, different envelopes of different sizes. And like I said, they were 2-3 albums, so I do have quite a few. Now, I was already subscribed to Kylie, but I had noticed that she was doing these videos because of Ribena, and she's following her as well too. And this is the one that I did. So these were always, you know, the envelopes for wedding invitations, but they were all the same size, which was terrific. And like, I closed it up this way. I'm kind of new to these closures and things, so I wasn't sure how to do this, but this was sent to me by Ina because I just recently won an album of their video hop, so I'm using it up as well here. And this is what I did to mine. I was inspired by Nina's because she had this beautiful flower in front of it. And so thank you, Nina. Thank you, Kylie. This is like, I'm loving this, and I will show you if I get around to making it, the toilet paper roll little mini album. I had done them quite a long time ago, but I did a different closure for them, a different type of binding, which I'll show you as well too, the way I did it. I don't know how they held up because I made 3 of them once upon a time and I sent them out in Happy Mail. So I'm not sure if they're holding up or not, because those were really actually my very first little tiny mini journals. So yeah. And so this is what I did. Now what I did was I had this centerpiece here, which is a piece from clay. I had this air dry clay that I wanted to use up, so I got a whole bunch of my molds and things like that, and one of the molds were one of these, and they're those kind of thin molds. They're actually for cake decorating, so they have the ones for the cake decorating are very thin, and you know, so you have to be careful when you're actually using these type of molds. If you're using them for like with gesso, they would probably break when you take them out. That's how thin they are. This was done with the air dry clay, or you can do them with Fimo, or you know, whatever type of cooking clay you have. After I designed this flower, I went around it with hot glue, so it has a nice thick border to it. Let's show it to you up close. I just recently bought new lighting, but I don't have it here because I have it in my bedroom. Because like I said, recovering, I was, you know, in my bed doing these things. And I did actually this album in my bed, because taping it was no problem at all. I had this little breakfast tray. Painting it was a little difficult, but what I did was I didn't do it with the jelly print, because I would, you know, like I was always on my bed, so I didn't want to risk dirtying anything with paint. So I was just naturally just sponge painting these, and you know, I brought a little basket of paints in different colors. So this is my interpretation of, you know, the little mini album. I actually did glue 2 together here to make this thicker, and there is a little pocket here to use if I want to. I haven't done anything other than just go over this album a little bit with stencils and things like that. So this was mine, and like I said, I did it with sponge painting. I brought my sponges. I didn't even have brushes. I just brought sponges and just did it all with sponges. I brought some stencils over there too and went over, not all of them, but some of them. I'm hoping you can see that good. I'll bring just a touch closer. Okay. There. This was a card that had an insert in it, and I kept it there. This side went pretty well that I got the 2 pages on. The other side I kind of goofed up. I don't know why. And I still have to cover up the edges good, because this is actually I used some colorful masking tape over it, which in the long run looks okay. But, you know, once I get back to these pages and start doing them, see here I already went through with a couple of stencils. And that's what I love doing, is, you know, going over them with stencils and everything, preparing a page. And that's another one. And then this is the other side, which I kind of goofed up here. So, wait a second. Wait a second. I always get confused with this thing. I think it's like that, yeah. So I think this is where I kind of goofed up. Where my pages, when you turn them, have different pages on either side. I didn't see what happened here, the fold, but that's okay. That's perfectly fine. These instead, I didn't want to use the same paints on the other side, because this album naturally has 2 sides to it. These instead are the Deco Art. Oh dear, what are they called? I have one here. Let me see if I can. These ones here. The Deco Art. It's a mixed media line. And yeah, I used these ones here, which are beautiful paints too. I love the texture of these paints. Touching them, they dry so smooth. And so yeah, this one turned out this way. But like I said, it's perfectly fine, you know. Each page will probably be done individually on this side. And on the other side, I can leave it for kind of full spreads. And that's the little album that I made. So yeah, I really had fun doing this, and I especially had fun, you know, using up. Who knows, you know, who's been watching my videos knows that, you know, I love to recycle And I do have lots of videos that recycle cans and things like that as well too. Oh, I was getting back to this. So I did the outline with hot glue, and then my niece had just finished giving me a little jar, this jar here full of beads. And you know, that's the advantage of having a sister with a niece and a sister with a wedding store, that you do get all these type of, you know, extra beads and things like that. And I love these ones. These are actually sequences, and you know, the little tube beads and the little normal beads. And I just, you know, filled up the insert here, the inside of the flower, with triple thick. This is excellent, really, really good. I love this stuff. It's a gloss glaze, and you know, I just put it in there, spread it with the brush, and then just drop the beads in there. And then I did the same with the leaves. And these are all these beads that she gave me as well too. I just mixed in a little bit of green here to make them, you know, look a bit green for the beads. But yeah, I really enjoyed doing this. Then I've been watching as well. I've been watching a lot of you people, by the way, because I have been in bed. I really haven't been commenting to the videos. I've just been watching them one after another, trying to catch up because I'm really, really behind. I don't know if I'm ever going to catch up, but yeah. So I've been watching Cat Hand and her little box series, and I just love those little Jello boxes. This was a perfume box that one of my kids gave me for my birthday, and I like the perfume box because on the inside there's more cardboard that you know, should protect the bottle, so they're nice and sturdy already as it is. And then if they're not, like Cat Hand puts some paper on the inside, you know, which makes them pretty sturdy. I have made canvases out of little boxes that, you know, are really, really cute too. They came out really cute. And then, so what I did was I used a jelly print. I painted the whole box black, and I kept the corners, as you can see here, where you can see them to show the black through. So, and then I put the jelly prints all around it. And at the end here, I put, I have to get better at these things, you guys. So this is what happened here. So what I did was, after I put the jelly print in, I put on a little bit of washi tape. I put on some tissue paper, pattern tissue paper, which you can see some of it here. There's some underneath as well too. And then I cut out a napkin that had this flower and the same butterfly on the same napkin. But when you put them down, they're so transparent that you can see what's underneath. And even if not, even if they don't have that transparency, the napkin tends to go dull. And I've seen lots of people paint over the napkins, and you know, they come out beautiful. I do not know how to paint well freehand, so it's how it came out. And I used my silks, this beautiful glitter paint that I have here for the flower. And that's it, the silks and that. So I kind of tried to look at, you know, the original butterfly and get the same colors out of it and things like that. Like I said, I'm trying to get better at this. So and then I tried to outline again with the pen over the flower where the veins are and things like that. And yeah, and then I really like this saying here, perfectly possible, because everything's perfectly possible. And that's the thing. So thank you, Cat Hand, for your inspiration. And I told Cat Hand in one of her videos that I could see these, you know, on a little shelf. I'm putting it on the shelf right in front of me right now. And you know, a couple of them, one beside each other. I'm thinking if I do find more boxes of this type, you know, not the perfect size, but I would like to continue with the butterfly theme and, you know, do different butterflies, have 3 or 4 boxes, one beside each other, which then turn out to be canvases, and have, you know, different butterflies on them, which would look really cool as well too. So yeah, I showed you that. And then what I have been doing, especially in my bed, I know, well, in the morning I'm pretty active, you guys. I haven't talked to you about the surgery yet, so I will be talking about that now. I'm pretty active in the morning, you know, trying to start to get back into the things, because the surgery is always surgery. You can do whatever type of surgery you want. A surgery is, I don't know. People need to take your time and recover on it. And mine was actually a mini gastro bypass. So it's more for my health, because I have been having problems with my blood sugar going up lately. And as much as I tried to control it, it just skyrocketed. It just was going up. And liver problems as well too, which in this case of my operation, which every individual has a different type of operation. The doctor judges you on the problems you have, the weight you are, and a whole bunch of different factors. So my operation wasn't the same as the next person. Mine was done much more, how could you say it, lighter, because of my liver problems. They don't want my liver to go into shock. And I had already lost weight before I went in for the operation because of my blood sugar being up so high, and we had to lower that or else they weren't going to operate me. So I got that lowered, and in the process of doing that, I had already started losing weight. Say, why didn't you continue on a diet? And we are prone, they do an exam to see what kind of fat you have, and because my mother, her sisters, my dad, his sisters are pretty much overweight, on my mother's side actually obese, I didn't want to end up like my mom. So I opted for this. I have a nephew that's a doctor, and I trust so much in him. In, you know, he got information for me and how this operation works and everything, and I felt very comfortable after hearing what he had to say about this operation. He was there because he's a crash doctor and an anesthesiology. I can't get that word out. I can't get it out in Italian or in English. There's some words that you just can't say. So yeah, I was happy to have, my nephew get all this information that I needed and everything, and help me understand exactly what they're doing to you, and and everything. So yeah, my operation went perfect. I am doing perfectly well. My portions of my eating is reduced to like little minestrone bowls, and well, now I'm starting to eat solids. I have been for the last week, and you have to chew very well. The one thing they tell you is that it's like your stomach has gone back to being a baby's stomach. So you have to introduce new food. You have to introduce the foods like they were new foods, like you would be introducing them to a baby. You have to, there are going to be some things that you don't like anymore after the surgery. And there's a Facebook group too that, helps you a lot, because there's lots of people that have, gone through this surgery, and it's of people that have gone through this surgery, and tell them your experiences and everything. And you're looking at something, oh yeah, that happened to me, and it's really, really helpful. So yeah, I'm happy I did it. Like I said, there might be somebody that is sitting there and judging me, but that's okay. You can judge. That's perfectly fine. I have no problem with that. I decided to do this, and it's especially for my health, and that's all there is to it. So yeah, and then yeah, I'm gonna have to go through other two surgeries now. In 2017, one is the tuna cappale, it's called in Italian. I can't remember how to pronounce it in English. And another thing is that once they were doing all the exams on me, they found out that I have adenoid problems. No, adenoids, the ones in your throat. I have a whole bunch of knots, and They say I have a nice little big bump, and they were actually surprised because they were asking me, have you had any of these type of problems? And whatever they were saying, the answer was no. I had no idea whatsoever that I had these problems. I never had any type of symptoms or anything, but it'll be something that I'm going to go through in 2017. This year I'm going to take it easy and, just wait until the new year to come in to start resolving these other two problems. So what I've been up to as well in bed, and this is pretty easy to do because, like I said, the other day I brought paints in bed and I wasn't really that thrilled about, bringing that kind of stuff in my bedroom, but hey, I did it. So as you all know, I'm going to become a grandmother, and I'm starting to decide what type of blankets I want to make. I want to make a couple of little quilt blankets for my grandson. It's a boy. Okay, who knows me knows that I have 4 boys. So actually, it's so funny because everybody's saying, "Oh, Josie, another little boy." And that's okay. That's perfectly fine. I'm so excited. Or boy or girl, I'm so excited anyways. It's that, babies are a blessing. So I've decided that here what we do is there's no baby showers here, and the people all come after at home to pay you a visit and pay the baby a visit. I know it's not the easiest thing to go through because I've had to go through it 5 times, and it's really disturbing when you're, because they say try to sleep when the baby's sleeping, and obviously you can't do that because there's people coming over, and most of the time they don't even call. It's the way things work here in Sicily, so I have to laugh about it. What am I going to do, cry? So, but when they do come for a visit, we give them a little token, a little keepsake. And I'm making these ones. So this isn't the complete box. I will show you what I decide to do at the end because it could change. Like for now, there's a little paper doily, and I might be buying a little bit of lace. So we still have to go to the store. I'm going to go to the Chinese bazaar stores and get some white lace. And possibly, instead of doing this type of closure here where I'm going to tie a bow, I might just put a string, the way this one is here, that comes out of the top, and put a little button right here and just wind it around. Or the paper ones that I can cut as well too. So this box is actually a die that I have from Scissors. Oh my goodness, here we go. Okay, it's this die here. Oh, my shoe. Okay. This is called, let me see what this one's called. It's box shaker box. So when you open it, you have this little window here that you can put plastic underneath and just have the little candies, on the inside. I did this little snail here that's done out of gesso, but I did recently find, and then on the inside here I put more paper, the embossed paper that I have on this side here. I put it on the inside as well too, so when they open up the box there's a nice paper in the back, and this is a magnet that they can put on the refrigerator. And then on the inside here I'm gonna roll 3 little candies in some organza and just stick them here in the bottom because they do those little candies here, the little almond candies or little chocolates or whatever. And that I have to wait for when the baby's born, because then we'll be doing where you put the little confettis. See, I have one here that I can show you. We do these little type of paper things that then are folded in half like that. And this is actually from my son's wedding. And you fold this is folded in half, and on the inside there would be the baby's name and the date he was born, and what other information? No, I think it's just the date and the baby's name. And this would go where the little candies are, and then rolled up with the organza and then stuck on the inside here in the box. And then this is the closer. So these things are given to the people that come over and pay a visit to the baby. They also bring gifts. So yeah, instead of having the baby shower, this is the way things work here. So what I've done is I'm going to show you a little demonstration on these boxes. So what I've done is I've gotten, let me see here. I'm going to get this cutter and paper. Okay, so what I did was I measured how big the die was, a little bit smaller, how thick the die was, and I was cutting these papers. Now this paper is a really good quality paper. I buy a big pack for about 12 euro, and it's a nice durable from Fabriano, and it's actually just, it says on it specifically for photocopier in color or laser in color, and it does receive the color really good actually. But I use this for all different types of things. I make envelopes out of it because I do like the texture of it. I make cards, the base of the cards of it, because I do like the texture of it. So this was, let me see here, I think it was 4 3/4. No, it was 5 1/4, I think. Anyways, I would cut this, and what was left over, I don't think I cut it exactly the same size, is what I use to put on top of this. So this piece would then be embossed. Okay, so that's the leftover. With this piece, I'm going to go ahead and cut the box out of it. Right? Which I don't think I really need to do. You guys don't want to see me make a box, do you? Let me see here. I can show you really quick. Now on this die here, for these boxes, I had bought, it would be called, let me see here. Sorry guys, I just got a little confused. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in, and I have to still get the other one and put this on the other side. Instead of putting the plastic one here, I have a black one that is supposed to make your score lines better, but it doesn't work. I just prefer doing it this way, and that's it. It doesn't work because when I would put it through, see here, I actually even had a piece of paper on top of it. When I was putting it through, you weren't seeing the score lines. It was like it was cutting through. Let me take this away. There we go. And there's this little window piece that comes out of there, which I use as well too. So I'm pretty much using the whole piece of sheet. So the one that was cut off, I'm embossing on both sides. And then this one, this little window came off of here, and I'm using this instead for my little bear stamped on top. She doesn't want them all in the same color, so I'm doing some pale yellow, pale green, and pale blue. But I think I'm going to be using the same stamp. This one here, I rounded off the edges. These are just samples, you guys. They're not going to be the finished product because, like I said, I do want to put a little piece of white lace here someplace. So, and I will show you, or if I can find the doilies, I'll put a little piece of doily, which is really cute too. Paper doilies, as that's it. So this one here is used to stamp whatever I'm putting on here. And it's probably going to be all the same, the bears. Then you have this one here, which is the box. And there's the crease lines where they're perfectly so easy to see and fold. Creasing this one, decrease this one, and then this one, and this one. Yeah, and I think that's it. So then I would actually put glue on these little flaps, turn it over, and just glue the box together. Okay? And that's how my box got together. Fold it down, and then this would be the top. I think I'm missing another one. No. So that's how the box would come. You get the drift here. Then what I would do is get this, and because I wanted the pale colors, now I'll show you. Oh, good girl, Josie. Yeah, I just put something on wet paint. Yeah, that was really cool. So I have some paint here, using pastel colors, and get some water here. I'm going to put some water in a little bit of paint here, and just, I want to make it nice and watery. I want it to look like watercolor. This is the green that I'm using. And then all I do is just go over it. Now, you say, why don't you paint the paper first? Because painting the paper first, I'll show you what it looks like on this little piece here. Instead of doing it after it's embossed. So after it's embossed, what you're going to get is you're going to get your polka dots that are where your raised embossing is going to dry darker, and it looks much better. Instead here, I can show you here better. If you just do it this way, it's just going to dry very pale, and then you can emboss it after, but you're not going to get the same effect as this. So you first have to emboss the paper, and then paint it. And you know what I will do is get all these strips together and do one color at a time. This is the yellow, which is probably going to turn out to a different color because I had my paintbrush first in green. They're very similar. Actually, I'm thinking of changing the green because I do really like this yellow, which would look really nice. The yellow I like. The green is too close to the yellow, so my green will probably be getting changed. So, and then this one I will be cutting perfect, like how wide this is. I'll be cutting into squares, and they fit perfectly on the top, and then another one on the inside. And look at how cute that looks. And then once I get all my gesso stuff done, this has been painted always with watered down paint, and then I put some perfect pearls on top, little bumps, and then I glossed it. So what I have found is, because this snail mold only has the one snail on it, instead I found a mold that has little bottles, little pacifiers, a little air balloon. So they're much more smaller in size, but I'm going to prepare those, watercolor them, and decorate them with some liquid pearls or dimensional paint, and then gloss them over, and then add the magnet in the back. So yeah, this is what I've been up to and how I'm going to be passing my time. I've already cut a whole bunch of boxes, but we're figuring we're going to need about 50 of them between friends and things like that. So I'll be pretty busy doing these and a couple of blankets. So yeah, so that's what I've been up to. And I'm feeling great, you guys. Feeling really, really great. This and my, naturally. Thank you, Cat Hand. Thank you, Kylie Koo. And Nina Ribena, thank you so much too. Because if it wasn't for you, I would have, I haven't been around, like, it's hard to say. Like, I'll be watching, I do watch videos, but I'm not commenting on them. So that way, I've been in bed. Now I'm starting to, feel better. I'll probably not fall asleep during a movie because I've been, known to fall asleep as well during movies and things like that. And that's about it, you guys. I hope you like what I made, and thank you again, ladies, and everybody have a fantastic day. Goodbye.